Hey, what's going on, Guardians? Nem with Planet Destiny here, and Witch Queen has finally released, and it's here in our hands. And boy, oh boy, was that campaign fucking incredible. I am freshly done with the legendary version of the campaign, which was 110% worth the playthrough. So luckily we now have access to our pinnacle stuff. So we are going to take a quick peek at the Void 3.0 subclass tree. But starting off first, we are going to take a look real quick at the destinations, at the director, because there are a couple things that are different. The director itself looks different, so which is really cool. So as per usual, starting from right to left, we have our Legends node. Vault of Glass is no longer a pinnacle source of reward, so just wanted to give you guys a heads up on that. Also, Prophecy has now been moved to the Legends tab, so it's no longer located in the tower map. For Crucible, of course, we do have Momentum Control as our weekly rotator this week. And you can complete 3 matches of either Momentum Control, Regular Control, Rumble, or Elimination for your Pinnacle drop. We also have Gambit as well. Gambit got a fresh set of changes. We do have Freelance Gambit now as well. Complete 3 matches of Gambit for your Pinnacle drop. Over on the Vanguard side of things, we have our Vanguard Ops, which is going to be your strikes, with the Void Singe, of course, because Void 3.0 as our weekly modifier, with Stasis, Singe, and Grounded. As far as our Nightfall goes, it's the Scarlet Keep this time around, so get to it, Guardians. And I believe that the Europa stuff is no longer Pinnacle anymore, so luckily we don't really have to worry too much about that. Over on Helm, we have the weekly for this one, which is to defeat 10 champions for Pinnacle drop. And up here we have the Psyops Battlegrounds. This is not Pinnacle, just as a heads up, this is just powerful drops. Savathun's Thrones World, I don't think we have Pinnacles yet, but there are a couple of exotic missions, one for the Parasite, and I think this is for the exotic grenade launcher, but I haven't really seen any sort of Pinnacle drop over on Savathun's Throne World, so there's that. Over on Eternity, we do have the Dares, and the Legend Dares has Vex, Cabal, and Crota as the enemies. And of course, we still have the Grasp of Avarice dungeon for a Pinnacle source of gear. Over in the Cosmodrome, that's also Avarice as well, so just as a heads up. But I think for now that covers all of the current Pinnacle drops. It's a fresh new expansion, so the drop rates or the Pinnacle sources are a little bit more, I guess there's not as much as there was at the end of last season, so yeah, there's that. Void 3.0, let's take a quick gander at that. The new stuff. So as a Warlock, you do have a new melee, which is the Pocket Singularity, and every class has access to every single type of grenade. So Warlocks can now use the Void Spike, the Void Wall, and the Suppressor Grenade, along with the Magnetic, which is now, if you run this with the Chaos Accelerant, the Magnetic Grenade turns into handheld Supernova. So that's pretty interesting. But here is one of your aspects. Here's the Child of the Old Gods, and Feed the Void is basically just Devour. There are quite a few aspects that are still not yet unlocked, and I'm not exactly sure how to unlock these yet, but these sound like they're gonna be a good time once we get our hands on them. Let's go ahead and take a quick look over at Eververse and see what we got going on over here. So for our weekly silver offerings, we have the Glimmering Gunslinger, which is super silly. The Big Ball of Nothing, Warlock Finisher. Which is really neat. The Dig Site Exotic Sparrow. You can see the contrail there. The Maximal Malhari. Malhari? It's one of those two. I apologize if I'm butchering this. It's a really cool dance. The Ophiuchus shell. And over down on the brightest section, we have the Ace Ventura Victory Dance, the Canopus Shell, and the Vitreous Entrance. Over on the proper brightest side, we have the Keep It Clean emote. And we're just kind of taking the garbage out. The I Surrender legendary emote. The Clovis 241 shell, the Perennial Velocity Exotic Sparrow, the Hive Smasher, and the Old Ways weapon ornament for the Exotic Sniper Cloud Strike. I'd check the shaders out, but the shaders are currently, along with everything else you can see, it's taking some time to load. So real quick, we just have the Vibrant Reach, Amethyst Veil, Oiled Gunmetal, and the Meditator, which is a brand new shader to the season. For transmats, we have the Blind Clutch, the Loot Chests, and the Warsat Arrivals. Oh, there it is. Contacting servers. It's been super iffy the last couple of days. We do have some new seasonal offerings as well. So, you know, we have ornaments for the Necrotic Grips, the Homespun Boots. Let me see if we can load these up here quick. I don't know why they take quite some time to load, but there's Necrotic Grips, the Homespun Boots. There they are, which look really, really cool. The Dragon Bone for the Deathbringer looks incredible. This is easily my favorite ornament for it. We have the Logic, which is for the Lament, which looks really, really cool as well. And the Endless Appetite for the brand new exotic grenade launcher Parasite, which is the Hive Worm Launcher. And of course, you know, we have a plethora of new emotes and ghost projections as well. Real quick, we're going to go ahead and take a look at what the Gunsmith has to offer in quick little detail. Not going to get super into it, but he has a Shepherd's Watch with No Distractions and Demolitionist. Spoiler alert with Surplus and Swashbuckler. The Snorri FR5 with Firmly Planted and Frenzy. The Redback 5SI with Subsistence and Rampage. The Memory Interdict with Clown Cartridge and Unrelenting. And the Eternity's Edge with Infinite Guard and Relentless Strikes. Now real quick, some of the new Foundry weapons, you can see they have a new perk. They're Foundry intrinsic perks. So Omelon has Omelon Fluid Dynamics. This weapon has increased reload speed and stability for the top half of the magazine, and for Viced has Viced Stinger. Damaging an enemy with this weapon has a small chance to reload the magazine and increase movement speed while aiming down the sights. Bows received faster draw speed, and swords received faster charge rate while this perk is active. So it's a new little perk for, there's one for Suros and Haka as well. But that is going to be it for us this week, Guardians. It is the fresh start of a brand new, content cycle for Destiny. Witch Queen was a fantastic campaign experience. I can't wait to go back and replay it again on my alternate characters. I recommend playing the legendary mode. It is absolutely worth it. Swing by the podcast on the 27th so you guys can hear our thoughts on the launch. But thank you so much for watching, Guardians. We'll see you around, and enjoy the brand new content. Bye, everybody.